Ambulance ride part two. At the hospital yesterday, they wanted to do a cardiac perfusion study. They had checked out my heart, gave me this comprehensive echo that lasted about 30 or 40 minutes. Electro, I'm okay, but yet I still have this sensation of a chihuahua or a bowling ball on my chest. And well, did I don't know if I told you how this started. I was having a cabin fever because I'm on lockdown. I'm on MSA lockdown. Basically, the only places I go are clinics and get around. So I live in a gated community here, and I like to get on my scooter sometimes when I'm in that mood and roll around the community and look around. And this particular day, I was going to look up a friend of mine, cool guy, and so I found his house and sat on his porch for a few minutes and we talked. And then he says, "Your scooter, maybe the heat, the sun, excuse me, might bake the battery." So I got on my scooter and I came home. And in my home here, where I'm seated right now, I am sweat pouring off me like Niagara Falls. I basically have never felt worse. I have the fan pointed at me. I feel like that chihuahua sitting on my chest. And I thought, well, I've had this feeling a little bit before, but not quite as intense. But it was really warm that day. And I wasn't outside that long, maybe 20 minutes or so, 25. And I wasn't wearing a shirt. And I'm working on my tan because hopefully I want to be ice eligible by the end of summer. And so I get home and I had all that. And I thought, well, maybe this will pass. And but it didn't pass. So after about 30 minutes of that, we called rescue, and they took me to the hospital. And so got to see. They put me in a hallway on a gurney all night, right across the hall from the nurses' station at one of the busiest ERs in our city. And of course, have that. By the time they get me in a room, um, I'm okay, but they send me to another room downstairs. I meet a nice speech language pathologist, and I know these people well because I've been working with their particular discipline for a very long time. And then from there, upstairs into another room where I spent the the second full night in the hospital. And they tell me that my heart, hydraulically, I'm okay. No murmurs, everything. Mechanically, hydraulically, electrically is fine. But you're still having this sensation of a bowling ball on your chest. So they want to schedule a perfusion study, a nuclear medicine thing, for the following morning. But I have to be NPO since midnight because no food is allowed for this test. And so I'm in the room and I'm still suffering. And with the perspiration and the extreme weakness, I can't even scoot on the gurney to get in a more advantageous position for them to do this or that. Unbeknownst to me, my roommate um, is telling me that because he lives alone and he's old and vulnerable, like many seniors are, he does a concealed carry when he's outside. And that seems reasonable, I guess. And I don't have anything against guns or their carry or anything in particular. But when the following morning, when he's checking out, he shows me he's got this quick draw rig, as he's putting on his slacks to leave the hospital. And I thought, you know what? I don't think this is cool. To bring a firearm into the hospital, I guess. But um, I don't think that's allowed anyway, but from the hospital point of view, and for patient safety, and I don't know what he would be afraid of, in a room with me. Uh, I couldn't swat a fly. So in the meantime, I'm getting sicker and sicker and sicker. I'm very, very nauseous to the point where I can't even lay down on the bed, even in a semi-reclined repose. So I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. The physician assistant who was telling me about the cardiac perfusion study, she said that, this would be the logical next step. And I told her that I had to break my fast because I had to drink a little carton of milk to settle my stomach. And she says, well, that could skew the results of the test if you went ahead with it. And I'm feeling pretty sick anyway, even on discharge day yesterday. And so I tell her, let's just reschedule it as an outpatient when I get out of here, because if ingesting this small carton of milk could possibly skew the result, then it makes absolutely zero sense for me to undergo the test now, even if I was able. So I finally, they roll me out, and I was trying to remove a bandage, on my arm. I don't know if you can see this here, and but there was a very tight bandage on there, and it was making my skin uncomfortable. And when I took the bandage off, it bled like a stuck pig. So I'm stopping the bleeding with the. I didn't anticipate it to bleed like that, because it was only just a minor stick or whatever they did. And so in trying to peel the bandage off, I dug a little bit of the skin off, and so it was bleeding sort of profusely. When the nurse came to give me the discharge papers and stuff, and wheel me, to my ride home, I told her what had happened, and that I thought maybe it needed a stitch or two to close it up. Oh, come on, baby, come on, it's okay, come on. This is my this is one of my helpers. She's my animal carer. Her name is Sheila. I think I made a video about her. So I think she's kind of scared, but she'll be all right. So there we were in the hospital setting. I did not get the stitch or two that would close the skin peel. But I'm okay, and I do have an outpatient appointment for that perfusion study, which I suppose is the next step. But I think that treating my anxiety, besides going cognitive behavioral therapy, I've heard it 1,000 goddamn times. Pardon my French. I'm tired of hearing about it. And plus, for a person of limited mobility like me, and if I can't get these services at home, it's unlikely that I'm going to get them at all. Or with telehealth, and I'm open to that as well. But I don't think that my clinicians really understand how sick I am. I was talking to my nurse practitioner the other day, and I just casually asked her, did she think that I would still be on 2 feet at the end of the year? And she looked surprised, had some bemusement, I suppose, and was 100% endorsed that. Oh, yeah, for sure, 100%. And I love her confidence. I wish I shared it. I wish that we could trade legs for 24 hours, and then give me your best prognosis on how long I'm going to be able to remain ambulatory. So I think that it was a combination of the extreme heat, and that with this medical condition, multiple systems atrophy, one of its features is a worsening dysautonomia. So all the bodily systems under automatic pilot, like much of our cardiovascular system, respiratory, endocrine, temperature regulation, everything in the reptilian brain, I guess, that was evolved to handle these systems without conscious thought. Well, if you have MSA, you're going to be losing a lot of the automatic control. and my blood pressure is very variable. Sometimes the systolics can peak over 200. Sometimes they can dip to 70 or less. And I have medications that treat both of those conditions, but they're powerful drugs and they have to be titrated carefully. And so I'm going to schedule this cardiac perfusion. I'm going to continue with my best friend therapy here. And with my sweet wife, who you may hear singing karaoke in the background. So home from the hospital, still in one piece. My SLP visited today, wonderful person, and that's pretty much it. I have an appointment next week with my neuro team. So she told me that the doctor that she works with has a lot of, I think she said, tools in her toolbox. Well, the last tool that they used crashed my blood pressure and may have contributed to this condition. And so I'm going to kind of, tidy this up a little bit. There might be more later. My end of life coach is going to be here. We're going to have share a bucket of chicken with all the goodies. And so I guess we'll try to bond over that. So if you got this far, thank you for watching. Hey, it's an adventure with MSA. You never really know. So Sheila, say goodbye. Say bye. Bye, everybody.